let's get it started then. There is some swing on target, maybe just off target. What a delivery. Really good from young Gaston. Yeah, in there, just over the infield. A positive strike from Michael Louis. Gets the length and the elevation. What a shot. Absolutely glorious from Michael Louis. That's all class and elegance. 11 without loss. Now that's Wayward. That's going to be 5 wides. Nothing the wicketkeeper can do about that one. And that's in the air. And that's a positive strike from Kofi James. Goes all the way for 6.
Got too close to the bat on this occasion. Over pitching and allows Kofi James to just elevate and get his hands through the shot all the way back over his head for the first maximum. Yeah, control off the bat this time from Kofi James. Over pitch and dealt with beautifully.
And one thing you're going to get from Kofi James is conviction. There's no half measure. He sees it in his arc or in his zone. He's going to go after it. Yeah, short again. This time Kofi James with the shot wide of mid-on. Just be patient with him. Hit that line and length where he can't score. He's going to try something, but he's middle this one again. Clipped away. There is protection in the deep. He's hitting into a slight wind, but it doesn't matter. The timing, crisp. Short delivery this time and placed with precision. This is absolute carnage here. 51 comes up inside the 5th over. Still a delivery to go. Perfect start if you're from the Leeward Islands Hurricanes. The opening batters have laid a foundation, a very strong foundation. 51 without loss in 5 overs. Mentioned before the bonus point system. A lot of pressure for this young captain, Teddy Bishop. Again, being introduced for the 3rd successive season. From a batting standpoint, 6 runs per over and a maximum of 1 wicket. You get a point. Or even if you go 8 runs and over, you can lose up to 2 wickets. So they can get 80 if they lose 2 wickets and get the point. What a shot again. Absolute class from Michael Louis. He's just oozing confidence. A huge shot. Might just be going down the leg side. Yeah, they don't convince him to raise that finger.
Kenneth Demba has been introduced into the attack from the southern end of the ground. Short and cracked away beautifully. Brings an end to the over, 60 without loss. Educated edge will get to the boundary. Intentional shot from Michael Louis. That's a lovely shot. Intentionally lofted and gone all the way for 6.
I think it's safe to say that both of these batsmen have come into this tournament in a bit of form. You don't play shots like that. Just extending his arm to a ball that wasn't really a half volley, but again, he trusted the bounce, he trusted the pace, and he trusted himself.
Another beautiful shot from Louis. We've grown accustomed to seeing this in this inning so far. That's marvelous. Short and punched. That's massive. That's gone all the way for 6.
Sort of form that Louis is in at the minute. Doesn't need an invitation. Just leaning back and giving it the absolute cricket sink.
First power play comes to an end and confirmation from umpire Chris Taylor. Poorly lined delivery down the leg and swept away for 4. Yet another boundary.
As we look at Kofi James pushing another single to long off, I think this is an ideal start for any team. 50 for Michael Louis off just 33 deliveries, so he gets his tournament off to a fantastic start here at the Brian Lara Stadium.
Pulled away beautifully. Timing, not so good, but still managing to get to the boundary. Coming off the toe end of the bat. Down the leg side and helped on its way into the fine leg region for 4.
There is a change of pace. James equal to the task. Nearing a half century, end of 14, 116 for none. Perhaps one of the areas where teams may be looking to exploit Kofi James in this tournament. There are a lot of teams would bowl their left arm spin up front. This Windward Islands team not having one present this tournament.
Yeah, and that's a half century there to Kofi James. Well played by him.
He's done this well today, Kofi James, continuing to put pressure on the opposition with the fluency of boundaries.
These two batters, they're set and they're willing to take it as deep as possible.
Straight to the fielder. Right on cue. This is what Darren Nedd was introduced to do.
Yeah, Darren Nedd, on debut, picking up his first wicket. It will mean so much to him, especially the way this partnership was going. A big breakthrough for the Windward Islands.
Good planning from Nedd, making him hit into that wind on the offside, and well taken Shadrach Descartes. 125 for 1. Louis gone for 59. The dominance continues. It's been a Kofi James show at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy. Stefan Pascal puts it down. Again, soft hands and well played.
Yeah, with shots like those throughout the course of the innings, Kofi James has really sent a statement. Clipped. Again, another 6. He's only dealing in 6s now, Kofi James.
They're going to be pushing for 2 again. And another misfield from the Windward Islands gives them another boundary.
182 for 1. Yeah, what a strike. Full and close enough to him. High elbows. He's shown a proclivity to play that particular shot and aim in that area. And with so many overs left, he should be thinking even bigger. 151, I think, is the highest list A score for Leeward Islands. Justin Graves got it last season right here against the Red Force. What a shot as well. So Bowen tuck it. A little shimmy down the pitch. Good use of the feet.
Excellent batting from Tuckett. Coming down and giving himself a little room, getting that front foot out the way, but again, keeping his hands through the shot. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it. His first list 100 for the Leeward Islands. Kofi James goes on his knees, gives thanks, and he has done it in 82 deliveries with 9 4s and 5 6s. A brilliant start to this year's competition.
Just to the left of the fielder, hit with a lot of ferocity. The 200 comes up for the Hurricanes. That is straight to the fielder, is it? Taken. And a sparkling and sensational innings from Kofi James comes to an end. Maybe the only shot in the innings that he didn't time well enough or hit near the middle, he holds out. 103, the first of the tournament, the first of his career, 206 for 2. Yeah, what a start. That's his first ball, folks. His very first delivery, slashed and smashed for 4.
That is too short, and even into the wind, it won't matter. Put away. Straight through. Rocking the cradle is Kenneth Demba. Finally, they've got something to celebrate.
And wicket number 2 for Kenneth Denver. Keeping the stumps in play. Captain has to walk back for 15, 232 for 3.
Powerful and well placed from Carlin Bowen-Tuckett to get his first List A 50 for the Leeward Islands and third in this format. Yeah, not a great delivery, but you have to credit the intelligence and thought process behind it with fine leg up.
Chance for a catch. Settling and taken. Bowen-Tuckett, who was looking mistimed, settling under it. And the cradle being rocked again from Kenneth Demba. That's a beautiful shot. Over extra cover. Gone all the way for a maximum. Smash down the ground. Chances of catch it, but more like fetch it for that occasion. Powerful shot down the ground from Hamilton. Another boundary. Title sponsor CG United continuing their great work in support of regional cricket and the development of the youngsters as well. Marvelous shot. Surgeon's precision raced away to the boundary in a jiffy.
And a quicker bumper, but helped over fine leg for another boundary. The end result, another maximum. Off the back of the bat.
Full toss and elegantly placed down to the ropes for 4 by Chris Taylor, confirming another power play comes to an end. And speaking of power plays, just 1 run more to get yet another additional bonus point for the Leewards. Almost a tennis shot. And a brilliant catch taken, running back.
And Sunil Lambris, one of the elders in the Windward Islands team, backpedaling and making up ground and doing well. And taking a catch over his head to get rid of the dangerous Joel Andrew, who goes for 31 from 32. And the score, Leeward Islands now 300 for 5.
Edged and taken. Rakeem Cornwall will make no effect with the bat.
So trying to run it down to third man, got the faintest of tickles on it. Gladly accepted. Descartes gets his second wicket. 2 for 34. And after 41 overs, Rakeem Cornwall has to go without scoring. The score, Leeward Islands 300 for 6.
Absolutely brilliant catch. Edwin has to go without scoring.
These are never easy. Nedd going hard into the wicket, and it's stuck, as a lot of them have to do, and Edward goes without scoring. And a little bit of a falter here from the Leeward Islands. 301 for 7 now, or 41.4.
Does he get hold of it? Feel a settle should be taken. Is taken. Another wicket falls.
And the dangerous Jamal Hamilton has to go back. Was looking to manufacture a shot. Think he made great connection, but just didn't get the distance. Great elevation. And the fielder, Johan Jeremiah, takes another catch. And Darren Nedd picks up a third. Be happy that he has managed to make an impact in his debut match today. Score is 305 for 8.
Is that an inside edge? I certainly heard a sound. Umpire Bastrat clearly didn't. Or if he did, he didn't think it came off the bat. The wicketkeeper was convinced. I heard something, Stacey.
Yeah, so did I. But only 2 fielders were interested, the keeper. And there was a belated appeal by Darren Nedd. It certainly hit something, perhaps the pocket on the way through.
Yeah, they won't want them to get to that projected score of 339. They want to shut them out much before that, much earlier. Yeah, there's some connection. Straight over. A wonderful strike from Peters.
Yeah, magnificent from Peters. Just using his feet to get closer to the ball. Initial movement. And just slamming it over that fielder, Leeward Islands.
Straight to the fielder. That is a little bit unlucky for Peters. A good catch, though, had to fall to his left.
Doesn't make sense for them to just poke and prod to dot deliveries. 11 runs scored from 16 balls. 319 for 9.
For discard, just losing his footing. He gets up straight away. There's a little hobble. He's a strong man. Seemed to be okay, but it could have been much worse. Straight to the fielder, and that's it. Another catch taken. And McKenny Clark picks up his first. And he can't afford to smile. And they've fallen away quite considerably. The Leeward Islands Hurricanes, after a sensational start, they've now been dismissed inside the 50 overs. In fact, 15 deliveries to spare. Thomas goes for 4. And 324 is where they would end.
In the air, and he's gone. We're just talking about him batting a bit longer, and O'Shane Thomas takes for a strike. Jeremiah has to go back without troubling the scorers.
You can see them there, pace from O'Shane Thomas, and guides it straight to the fielder in the deep. And Johan Jeremiah goes without scoring, none for 1. They're off the mark straight away. A confident strike.
Certainly fearless from him. Bit short, sat up nicely, and just swatted it all the way for 6. What a magnificent hit.
This is very well timed. Just on top of the bounce, opens the face all along the ground for 4. Aesthetically pleasing. That is a shot of beauty.
Yeah, exquisite timing again off the blade of Pascal.
Yeah, that's crashed away as well. Teddy Bishop this time, wallop for 4. Yeah, that's middle, is it? Just enough. Nathan Edwards signals a 6. He was circling.
Absolutely sublime from Pascal. Brilliant shot. Flicked off the pads. Pure timing. Driven beautifully. Uppishly for a moment, but will get to the boundary. Short and pulled away with sovereignty. Such a marvelous shot from Pascal.
Yeah, this one struck with the most control out of the lot. No intention to keep this down whatsoever. You can see he goes from low to high, knowing he could get enough of it to clear the fielder at deep backward square.
Look at your head-to-head comparison after 9 overs. Loud appeal for leg before, but was stifled coming down to the end. Confirmation from umpire Christopher Taylor. The first power play comes to an end.
To maybe do one better. Chance for a run out. Oh, misses again.
Short and pulled away, catches the cry. The fielder is settling under it. Catch is taken. Nathan Edward.
Watch it.
And Ishmael Peters grabs his first.
He's played that shot so well all throughout this innings. This time he just tries to help it. Yeah, he eventually helps it into the hands of Nathan Edward. Yeah, but what joy for this youngster Ishmael Peters from Antigua. Pascal, the end of a handy knot. 40, look good. 68 for 2.
It was a close one. And that's the delivery again you were talking about. That one drifting and getting extra purchase off the surface.
He just pushed the long off back. Ishmael Peters.
Oh, wow.
Excellent fielding. Excellent from Gore, who is a real athlete. Boundary. And Peters trying to scramble the seam, maybe just a hint too short in length. Wobble seam. That one went gun barrel straight. and will be another boundary.
So the Lambers making a little bit of room. And in the end, a bit of a hiccup on the boundary, resulting in another boundary to Sunil Lambers. Takes him to 17 from 17.
And this will be another boundary. Sunil Lambers has found another gear. They had Hodge, Fletcher, Johnson, Charles, all the stalwarts of Windward Islands cricket. And since then, they've not found the same level of success. Two fielders under it. Hamilton takes it.
Big wicket. Big wicket this. Sunil Lambers was threatening to start putting pressure back on Leeward Islands, just closing the face of the bat a fraction too early, and for half a second hoping that he would have gotten away with it, but Jamar Hamilton, alive to what was happening, in the end taking an easy catch. So the third wicket falls for the Windward Islands. Sunil Lambers, he goes for 25 from 27, 17.4 overs. The Windward Islands 99 now for 3.
Asking rate just creeping up to 7 and over. Cornwall did come across a long way. Maybe just struck him outside the line of off stump. Has he done well enough? Yes, he has. Superb athleticism from Bowen Tuckett. Captain gone.
His opposite number, Teddy Bishop, he goes for 32. It's 104 for 4.
Just over O'Shane Thomas. The last time the Leeward Islands won this tournament, it was back in 2010. They tied the final, but it counted as a win. They shared the trophy with Barbados. Think that was put down. Think it carried.
Beautifully struck from Nedd, the young man, just easing Cornwall back over his head for 6 to finish the 21st over. It's 118 for 4. There's every chance. Beautifully played. Beautifully played from young Nedd. Another boundary to him, moves him on to 16 from just 11 deliveries.
Will be Cornwall to continue. Lots of bounce traditionally from him. Yeah, this is struck straight over his head. A wonderful strike. 1 bounce for 4. Nice start to the over. Just need to make sure that there is continued strike rotation. This is high. Who wants it? Does someone get there? 2 fielders converge. What a catch. Spectacularly taken by Joel Andrew.
So another wicket goes down to spin. 5 now between the 4, I beg your pardon, between the spinners, and Descartes had to go back. No look shot he was attempting on that occasion. Just couldn't get the distance.
It starts with a long hop and duly dispatched. That was disdainful from Nedd. That's the length. Was there some bit of bat on it? By the reactions of everyone, there seems to be an edge. And this is the kind of impact that he can have.
It tells a lot. Oh, it definitely was an edge and a drop catch. Raheem well couldn't get close to it either.
This is straight to the fielder and goes through his hand. A bad bit of misjudgment there. Given the flight, the trajectory was quite flat, had it covered, but couldn't get his hands together firmly enough, and it burst through. Another big strike. Fielders in the deep, but they'll just look at that sail into the stands, and he's looking to make them pay. Some flight there from Raheem in that hitting arc, and a good flow of the bat. A real pure strike there from Nedd. Yeah, that was crisp. You spoke about his hitting. That's another example of it. A half century on debut for Nedd of just 25 deliveries. It's been highly entertaining. Yeah, this is what this type of batting does. It brings about unforced errors. There is some moisture about, so you can have some sympathy for the wrist spinner. But he's traveling 1.4 overs for 26 runs. Nedd is putting him to the sword. Yeah, what a shot. The use of the crease to get the length and then the placement. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, there is some protection there, but he can't get there. This is really belligerent batting from Nedd. The sound of the bat, quite mellifluous. That is a brilliant strike. Straight over his head. So he's picking his spots, Nedd.
So yes, this partnership is going well, but the Leeward Islands will be thinking they'll need to get a breakthrough and get one of these wickets quite quickly.
Now that's in the air, but it's in the gap. Everything he touches turns to gold. My, oh my. That's gone as well. This time even better. For 6, another one for this man, Darren Nedd.
Delicate touch and a boundary. Douglas gets into the act of scoring 4s now. Short and in the air, the fielder is coming around, but it will fall short of him, but into the ropes. Cracked away, fielder is coming around. In and out. But certainly those half-hearted chances needs to be taken.
Yeah, should have done better, Michael Louis. He did get there. Difficult, but those are the opportunities you have to take.
That's a sharp and lifting one. Into the rib cage and certainly would have done some damage there to Douglas. I always wonder how batters... Yeah, that's really a very, very painful blow. That's short and pulled away. No fielder down there, so safe shot from Douglas will get another boundary. Takes the score to 225. Rank long hop. And received the treatment it certainly deserved. There's Nedd in a slightly opened up stance, and when the ball is delivered, he moves even wider. And it's exactly what we were talking about, making room for himself, but a bit too much room on that occasion, playing all over that one. And the nervous 90s from Nedd, awaiting a confirmation for a front foot no ball check. After much deliberation from TV umpire Candice Leeward, confirmation that Darren Nedd, bowled by Oisin Thomas for 94. 6th wicket goes down for the Windwards, 238 for 6.
Raheem Cornwall back into the attack from the southern end. Taken down by Nedd. Now he comes back. First ball, it's a rude welcome from Douglas. So he's continued where Nedd left out against Cornwall. And guess what? To add insult to injury, it's a free hit. Goes again, free hit. Well, the first one was good. This one is even better. Consecutive 6s. That's belligerent again, brutal. It was a little bit of self-preservation from Raheem Cornwall, trying to get his foot out of the way.
Pretty interesting scenarios from this point in. because this man is not needing an invitation. He goes to a half century. Douglas, 53 from 40 deliveries. He's keeping the Windward Islands in this game. That's a good shot. Good shot from Douglas. Reverse sweep, putting some pressure on the Leeward Islands captain, Kareem Gore, who has been the pick of the Leeward Islands bowlers. Another boundary to Douglas.
What a catch. He just stuck the right hand out to Ocean Thomas, and somehow the ball stayed in. Not known for his athleticism, but what a catch.
There's a lot of momentum coming down that wicket and still being able to stick a hand out. The ball stuck, and the important wicket of Douglas for 61 of just 46 deliveries, 276 for 7.
Last phase of the innings, power play 3 now. We're heading into the umpire Chris Taylor. He's smiling because 10 more overs and then he gets to go back to the hotel. It's been a long day for everyone, a delayed start. And there you go again. He's in a much better position this time around from when I saw him previously. Quick single. There is a direct hit, but no bit of excitement, which is usually a sign that the batter is in. Yep, confirmation that he's in. And he does even better with the final ball of the over. Runs of every delivery and a 4 to finish. 12 runs from the over, 23 from 48. 300 comes up. 302 rather for 7. Yeah, there was a little bit of a discussion before the over whether or not Micah Mackenzie would bowl, and I just wonder if it's because it's that wet that he can't grip it, and he said to the captain, it's tough. And so they've gone to the finger spinner who gets the wicket. Kofi James. It seems to be his day. A century with the bat, and now a vital wicket. Game still on.
Just putting it on a spot in front of Gaston, who pushed a little bit too early. And Kofi James says, thank you very much. Takes an easy return catch. And Gaston has to go. Windward Islands, 302 for 8.
What a shot all along the ground for 4. Kenneth Demba, why are you batting at number 10?
How well has he hit that? So well. McKenny Clark, you may have just become a hero for a night.
This over, McKenny Clark has made his mind up. Anything in his heart, he's going after it. Yeah, what a brave shot. With just 12 runs required, 2 wickets in hand.
For them to be close, this close to chasing 325. He's done it. McKenny Clark delivers. These are the run chases that define a tournament, a team. The Volcanoes have erupted. The highest ever run chase in Super 50 Cup history. And you have to look back, Shakira Salman, in the first innings when the Leeward Islands were bowled out within 48 or 47.3 overs. So 15 balls they didn't face. They lost 26 wickets for 24 runs. All of those things now will be under the microscope as they look back on a game. At one stage, they were on track to get 400. And this is the modern day 50 over cricket. Yeah, certainly the Drew factor and batting second helping the Volcanoes. Won the toss and opted to bowl first, and Pascal brought the impetus at the start of the innings with some enterprising shots and everyone chipping in. Captain Teddy Bishop, Ambrose, but Darren Nedd's spectacular 94 took the game away from the Hurricanes in the middle, and Douglas, Gaston and McKenny Clark finished the job.
Yeah, 3 wickets to O'Shane Thomas. Ball with pace, lots of fire. Unfortunately, though, there wasn't much support other than Kareem Gore, captain, who ended up having to bowl 10 overs. 10 overs, 2 for 41. The other bowlers, though, too expensive. Raheem Cornwall going at 10. And Mackenzie, the wrist spinner, struggled today with the dew.
The Hurricanes posting 324. They got a few in that batting innings, but critically did not complete the entirety of the innings. 15 deliveries untouched. And in the end, the Volcanoes making light work of this run chase. Credit to Nedd, credit to Douglas, credit to the Windward Islands, who are off and running in this year's Super 50 Cup. Right, what a first day it was. If this was anything to go by, we've got lots of entertainment to come. Do stay with us. For now, it's good night.